reviewing Batman, the animated series BATCYCLE by DC Direct and McFarlane Toys. As you can see here, it goes back to the original Batman, the animated series. And on the side here, we can see the Batmobile, and it says Batman, the animated series, BATCYCLE. On the back, we actually see some artwork for the BATCYCLE, and we see a BATCYCLE that fits most 6-inch figures. And you'll see here it has the Batman with the BATCYCLE, and we have a display of how it should go on the display stand and what you need for the actual removal of the batteries. And let's flip it over. Oh, no, I had it right. Let's show you the UPC code. There you go. And let's get this sucker out. Actually, before we get it out of the package, let's go ahead and do a weight scale. And we see that this comes in at 1 pound, 9.6 ounces. Okay, guys, now that we have the BATCYCLE out of its packaging, we can see that it does come with an extra head for Batman, a card, and a display stand. Now, the display stand itself has a little extra piece here. You can maneuver it to pop it out if you need to, but it is designed to let you move the BATCYCLE a little bit and let it rock, and a little posability. On the bottom, we see here it has the same kind of design, so if you wanted to use this side, you could also. It looks like a little sewer grate, which is kind of nice. All right, let's put that to the side. Take a look at the bat head. Now, this bat head is more designed to the new release by Todd McFarlane and DC Direct. As we can see here, he has his bat helmet on. We see the card, and one of the sad things about the card, the way it's packages, just you can see here the dents and everything. Not that I'm a card collector, but I don't like to have things ruined inside the packaging before I even get them out. Now, if it's my fault, not a problem. If it's their fault, bad on them. But as we can see, here's the front. And here's the back. You can pause to read. All right. And let's go ahead and look at the BATCYCLE itself. Not much detail in this. It's very smooth. Aerodynamic. And we see here it's kickstands, handles, everything. There is a battery compartment on the bottom and a button. And when you hit the button, you get lights. Let's go ahead and turn off the lights and look how cool it looks. Okay, while we've got some of the lights off, we can see here it does have an instrument panel that is lit up. A little gauge here, and it does have a brake light, which is kind of nice accessory to have. Okay, now as we see the BATCYCLE, if we want to measure it, comes out a little over 9 inches long. The base display itself will come in at 10 inches. Okay, let's look at him next to the figure itself. This is the new figure that was released that I've already reviewed, and you can see him standing here next to it. Looks like it's a nice fit. We'll pull in Batman from the animated series continue, and you can see here it does fit in with the line. However, this Batman, I don't think would be able to ride this. His legs are so compact together. It's more for the Batmobile than the bike. And we see Robin here next to it. We can definitely see that Robin, also the first iteration from the animated series continues, would not be able to ride it because of his feet. Okay, I'm going to pull the camera down for a reset and get a closer look. Okay, now that we're more at ground level, we can see the bike here standing next to the figure. The bike itself is about 3.5 inches tall. So if we put the figure on the stand and display it, we can do it. But before that, let's get a Joe in here for comparison. We have Duke from the G.I. Joe Classified series, which you can see fits in nicely. It is, like the pack says, designed for 6-inch figures and not more for somebody from the DC Multiverse line by Todd McFarlane. You see here, the Flash is way too big to ride this. And now that we have Batman on the actual bike itself, you can see he can attach really nicely, look up with his bat helmet and the cape. You can position in a way to allow the wind flapping. But he does fit, but I did have to really wrangle the figure on here, being stiff from the packaging and everything. However, it does fit kind of nice. And you can see here, as I turn off the light, it is a really cool effect there. And so, final thoughts on this figure. It is a nice looking bike. Definitely fits in with the animated series, and not having the original animated bike, which is selling for quite a bit nowadays. This is a nice touch. And like I said, you can maneuver this to make it look like the bike is riding on different avenues. You can straighten it up, lean it to the side, which is a nice effect. But I did see this in the DC Icons version of the Batgirl BATCYCLE. However, price point is a little high for this, but if you see it and you need it, then by all means, it's one of those things that looks good with the animated series. Definitely can fit with the new lines posability. So as always, guys, like, subscribe, and keep collecting.